Objective number 6 then says calculate the new volume or molarity of a solution given the molarity and volume of the original solution. So this is the M1 times V1 equals M2 times V2. So my two questions go hand in hand here. They both are talking about something called caustic soda. It's not something you want to drink. It's something you clean with. So I've got M1 times V1 should be equal to M2, oops, times V2. So if I look at this, it's 10 milliliters is diluted to 400 milliliters. So does the 19.1 go with the 10 or the 400? It goes with the 10. I'm starting with 19.1 molar, really strong stuff. Diluting it means I'm making more by adding water to it. So the 19.1 times the 10.0 should equal my new molarity times my new volume, the 400. I can leave it as milliliters as long as I've got milliliters on both sides. Or I could change them to liters if I want. It's going to work out the same. But M2 should be equal to, so 19.1 times 10 is 191, and then divide by the 400. So 0.4775. That sounds a little bit low. But I guess I took 10 to 400. I diluted it a lot. So 0.48 moles per liter. So about 1/40th of what it was. So then the second question says, caustic soda is 19.1 molar NaOH, sodium hydroxide. That's really nasty stuff they use in cleaning solutions. If you've heard of lye, that's what lye is concentrated sodium hydroxide. How much stock solution and how much water is needed to prepare 500 milliliters with a molarity of 6 molars? So if I set my problem up similar to what I just did, I've got 19.1 is my beginning molarity, but the question is how much of that should I use? So V1 is what I don't know, because I want to make 500 milliliters, and if I'd rather put this as liters, that's fine. 500 milliliters with a strength of 6 molar. So when I solve for V1, I'm going to get an answer of 500 times 6 is going to be about 3,000 divided by the 19.1. So 157 milliliters is V1. But what's that 157 telling me? What's that my volume of? It's V1, so it's telling me how much of M1 I have. This is my stock solution. That's the equation I used, right? It's V1 from the M1 equation, so it's 157 milliliters of 19.1 molar stock solution. So then the water should be whatever else I need to get to 500. It's not dilute until you add water to it. So if I want 500 milliliters total, my 500 milliliters to make it weaker means I put some of the strong stuff in and I add some water to it. So I take the 500 minus the 157. So 343 milliliters of water needs to be added.